Hey, what's up? This is Woos, and we have our week 2 matchup in the CPL. We are playing, I forget the dude's name. Redux, I don't know, figure that out. We're playing the Salt Lake City Beedrills. I just want to go over my team quick. I figured that'd be the easiest way to do it. Once again, Big Burnett. Pretty much the same set, except it has Taunt this week. I'll explain why. And after I go over my team. We also have Zydog. Zydog puts in so much work against this dude's team. It, the move set it has on it, obviously 1,000 arrows, outrage, e-speed, and camouflage. Because I'm an asshole, and there is no circumstance which I'm ever not clicking one of the 3 attacking moves, and I am banded. A move that sounded cool. But like I said, this thing puts in so much work. Nothing can take 2,000 arrows easily. Um, and then once Guard of War goes down, it's really nothing can really take 2 outrages except for the Registeel. But once again, 1,000 arrows will take it out very easily. We also have AV Conk here, running guts this week. Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Poison Jab, and Ice Punch. We have Scarf Mesprit this week. Psychic, U-Turn, Ice Beam, and Healing Wish in case something would happen to like Conk or Zydog. I can come in late game and just heal him back up. We also have Specially Defensive Clef with Rocks. And we also have Zepstrika, Life Orb, Max Special Attack. Kind of just using as a pivot. If Garchomp didn't come, I can come in and freely full switch in and out and try to get my matchups in. But for his team, my main goal of winning here was with Psydog. Late game, pressing outrage or 1,000 arrows and just getting kills. The 2 things on his team that he had to prevent that realistically from happening, one of them was Scarf Chomp, which he has right there. So I had to make sure that thing is not scarfed by late game to make sure I can outspeed it and take it out with outrage. The other thing that really worried me was he has a Galvantula, which has webs, which would completely screw over my way of winning against Zydog. Which is why I did bring Taunt on Meganet. In case that thing came, I was going to lead off with it and just taunt it and try to take it out and make sure webs did not get up. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, that's a team. I didn't know what he wanted to lead off with. So I could see Entei, Mugus, and Espeon. Oh, damn it. All being decent leads. So I'm just going to lead off with my Mesprit and just get off a U-turn. So he brings into. He comes into Espeon, which is cool. I'm going to U-turn out, just go into Clef. It's specially defensive. Get up my rocks. I want to get up my rocks because, well, Entei's here. Entei's a huge powerhouse. It's a great nuke, in my opinion, especially Bandit. So I want to limit the amount of switch-ins he can get. He just fires off a Psychic. I kind of figure he's going to switch out here. So I make kind of a ballsy play, and I go for my rocks right away. Because I figured he would go into his check to this, which is the Registeel. I'm just going to switch out. I'm going to go into Zepstrika. Didn't really need this week, to be honest. I don't know why I brought it. And I didn't know what he was going to do. I kind of figured he would Iron Head, to be honest. So I just wanted to get in something that I knew could take 1 and get off really good amount of damage. Yeah, that was a Life Orb Max Special Attack Overheat. Did 50%. This thing is very specially defensive. It kind of walls all my special attackers, which kind of sucks. At this point, I'm just going to kind of sack this thing off in -2. I thought about HP icing, but I don't think it really would have done much. I probably should have. I don't know. I was like, maybe he'll stay in. Maybe he'll switch out into like a Moongus or something like that. I can sack this thing off later. Get 1 more attack off. But yeah, he switches in, makes a good move, which I'm completely okay with because I need to get rid of this Garchomp. I helps out a lot as soon as I get rid of it. Said it is a huge threat, so I'm not even going to predict Registeel to come in. I'm just going to make sure if that thing stays in, I punish it and kill it. Like I say, it brings in, it does absolutely nothing. There's 1% damage after leftover. So I'm just going to switch out into Conk at this point because I figured he was either going to get up his rocks or toxic, and guts boosted Conk is very dangerous. Right now, he's been making kind of a lot of safe switches so far this game. switching out the Garchomp on Scarf Mastery. He's been switching out Espeon on the Clefable. So I'm going to predict him to switch out again. I'm going to actually Poison Jab. I don't know why, but I have a feeling Guard Force is going to come in. And no, he brings in Espeon, and I can just take it out easily. I pretty much just sacking it. Doesn't really do much. So at this point, he brings in Amoonguss. I was kind of worried about Spore at this point because the thing, like I said, does put in a lot of work. It really helps me deal with Registeel very easily. And I kind of I was thinking about it for a little bit. I was like, maybe switch in Mega Banette. I wasn't sure. I'm just gonna stay in an Ice Punch, and I get off a huge amount of damage, and which means he's mainly specially defensive because it 2 shots. Gets off Sludge Bomb, and once again Regenerator. I'm gonna predict him to switch out. I'm just gonna fire off a Drain Punch, get my health back, see what he wants to bring in, and like I said, now at this point with Rocks up and 30% left, Entei's pretty much dead. I don't have to worry about that at all. He's going to switch out again. I'm just going to Drain Punch in case he just sacks this thing off. Brings in Mega Gardevoir, which is, I figured, what he was going to do. I thought he was going to do it earlier. So I have Poison Jab, as I saw. I can take one Psychic, Psyshock, or Hyper Voice running Timid. So I was like, cool, I'm going to stay in. And he's fucking Modest. And yeah, I, for some reason, wasn't expecting Modest to come. I didn't even think about it. Probably should have looked into it a little more, because I could have switched in my Clefable and eaten it up decently well. But good news is I can come into Psydog, and I just fire off 1,000 arrows, and he just sacks it off because there are no switch-ins on his team to this at all. He's going to bring in Amoonguss. I was like, okay, I'm going to say this thing late game. I can't take it out quite yet. I don't know what it has, so I'm just going to go into Clefable, kind of sack it off. Not really sack it off. It was my best pivot into it. At this point, I'm just going to fire off a knockoff, kind of figuring to switch out into Registeel and just get rid of leftovers. Cool. Make this thing even easier to deal with at this point. Because Psydog still takes it out very easily. I'm going to fire off Moonblast, just get a little bit of chip damage off. I'm just basically letting him kill it so that I can bring in Psydog again and get a kill. That's pretty much what this game was waiting for an opportunity to bring this in and then just nuking something. Which I'm going to do. He's going to, once again, 0 switch-ins, has to sack that off. And then he's going to bring in a Amoonguss, I believe. Yeah, of course he brought in a Amoonguss. What else would he bring in here? I'm just going to switch out into Mega Banette. Like I said, I didn't know. I need Mesprit alive to easily take care of the Garchomp, because at this point I still was not sure if it was Scarf or not. And like I said, I'm just going to come in. I'm just going to fire off a taunt just in case he is running Spore. He actually brings in Entei, which I'm okay with, because he can't E-Speed me, and I can just take him out with Shadow Sneak, which is cool. But then here comes Garchomp. Alright, let's get this cheeky kill. Earthquake's gonna come. I'm just gonna Debono take me out. I've wanted to die with this thing twice now in 2 weeks, and I've come up 10% short on both times. Well, at this point, I know it's not completely 100% offensive because it would have easily taken me out. And I was like, God, I'm just think I'm gonna start running 0 HP investment, and just so this thing just gets one of those kills because I'm getting pissed. I debon again. I wasn't quite sure how the mechanic worked. I probably should have figured it out prior to the battle, but whatever. It goes down. I can just bring Mesprit at this point. And yeah, as you see, he just lets me take it out with Ice Beam, which are cool. At this point, I'm pretty much won. The only way for Amoonguss to take out both of them is if he poison stalls, or if he gets a poison on a Sludge Bomb, and then stalls out with Synthesis and stuff like that, my Mesprit. And then he's running Modest Max Special Attack and running HP Ice. He has an 87% chance to take me out with Psydog, which obviously is not for the fact that he's taking very little damage, 38% from Ice Beams. So basically, he gets the burn, or the Toxic, which I'm completely okay with, because I can just dwindle this thing down faster. He's just going to keep Synthesis. I know he can't take 2 Outrages, and I know I can easily eat up any hit because of the fact this thing is a defensive wall. And that's it. I really should just fast it up a little bit because it's just a lot of toxic stalling, and he's just gonna do the same thing. Like I said, makes sense. Get the freeze he thought out. Did not matter at all if he would have stayed in or stayed frozen. In my opinion, because I just do bring in Zydog. I just click Outrage, and it does 75, 74%. Like I said, 30%. And at this point, that's a GG win for us. Zydog picking up, 4 kills? I believe, yeah, Zydog picking up 4 kills. That's me. This is why I wanted 10% over 50, because I can run Bandit on this and still outspeed his entire team, barring Scarves. I would have to run like Scarf on it or a DD set just to be able to outspeed all of the bonds on his team. So that's another 1-0 victory, 2-0 this season so far. And we'll see, probably upload next week, our week 3 matchup. I haven't really checked the team yet, so have fun everyone, and peace!